Hi flosstube, welcome back to my channel. It's been a few months. My name's Mandy. Yeah, and I am recording a flosstube today, finally. It's been probably 2.5 months or so. I think the last time I recorded a video was before Thanksgiving. And then I guess things just got busy with the holidays, so I stopped. I took some time off, essentially. I didn't stop stitching, still did a lot of stitching. I'm not going to show you everything that I've done in that last little bit of time, but I did have a very productive January in terms of stitching and finishing smalls. So I thought I'd hop on here and share them with you guys. A lot of it's Valentine's themed stuff. So if you're not a fan of Valentine stitching, then maybe don't watch. But yeah, not a whole lot has changed since I filmed last. The kids are still good. Let's see. I started school in April, so I will be done. My last day at my current job is in March 25th. So a few more weeks, like 6 weeks or so, and then I'll be done working, which is kind of a relief because this job it's been a lot. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. And just a little background, I'm a nurse practitioner. I work in a pediatric clinic right now, a primary care clinic, and it's very busy. And, we're kind of chronically understaffed, chronic nurse turnover, and it gets tiring. So, and the hours are crazy because they're open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, and then 9 to 6 on Sundays. So, I have to work weekends. And anyways, you're probably not here to hear about that. You're here to hear about the stitching. So, yeah. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. And sorry, if you're returning, sorry, it's been a while. But I'm happy to be back. I don't know how regularly these will be because I'm going to quit working. I'm not going to have a whole lot of haul, but I certainly have plenty of stash to keep me busy. And also, we're going to be moving probably end of May, early June. Because my husband is in the Army and we're being restationed to Fort Leavenworth. So if you know anybody in that area, it's pretty close to Kansas City, Kansas/Missouri. So I'm also excited because that means maybe in September I'll get to go to Galleria, which would be awesome. I don't know how far away. I think it's Galleria is in St. Louis. I don't know how far away that is, but if it's 4 hours or even probably 6 hours, I would still go and make it a weekend for myself. So, yeah. So I have had haul since I filmed last, but I have not kept it out because that would be an absolute disaster. And so I've just kept aside of some stuff I've gotten the last couple weeks or so. Yeah, but there's a lot of finishes, so I guess I'll just get started with that. Let's see. They're not in any particular order. As I said, I've done a lot of smalls. So yeah, I'm kind of overwhelmed and don't know where to start. Okay, so this is one that I actually stitched and finished just yesterday, or I finished it this morning and I was able to FFO it today. I just started it yesterday because it's a real small one, but it's called Valentine Bakery by Stitching with the Housewives. A lot of these are housewives patterns. Probably a good 90% of them are. So, but yeah, so it's called Valentine Bakery. They released it last year in the Valentine's, whatever month they were releasing the Valentine smalls, a trade tidbit, I guess. I stitched it on a piece of 25 count Rosebud Lugana by Be Stitch Me that I got a while ago. I don't know if that's like a regular color of hers or not, but and it's stitched with similar colors. The cake was supposed to be white, but I didn't like that the stand was white and the cake was white, so I changed it to like a pink. So yeah, mostly called for colors, and then I just finished it on this little paddle from Hobby Lobby. Yes, that is a Snowflake. So this came in, this was in the winter season, but it seems like they're going to be releasing them every kind of season because I saw some Easter themed ones recently. So that was that. That's one I haven't shown on Facebook yet. This felt heart came from either the Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, and then this is just some like Dollar Tree ribbon. So there's that one. The next one was their Dapper Doodad. yeah, release for this last week. It's called Tulip Farm. I've been posting more on Facebook, so you probably will have seen a lot of these finishes on Facebook already. But these two I haven't shown as FFOs yet. So Tulip Farm stitched on 27 count Linda with, I think it's called 4 colors. Well, this pink barn isn't seashelly, but it's close. It's a Victorian motto. And then the tobacco basket came from Hobby Lobby. They're out now in the Easter section. They're only like $3.99, but typically it'll go on sale for like 40% off here probably soon. So then it'll be even cheaper. But I picked up a few the other day when I was there. So yeah, and I think I said it's stitched on 27 count Linda, called 4 colors. I don't have any like springy picks yet, so I'll probably add like a bow and some picks once I make it back out to the store again. And then this one I just worked on the finish before I just decided to sit down and film. This was their tier tray tidbit. It's for this last week. It is, I didn't say what day it is. It's Sunday, February the 6th. Welcome. But yeah, so Shamrock Farm. I didn't stitch it on black. I stitched it on a piece of 32 count Lugana. I think it's called Scotsman by Be Stitch Me. And looking at it, oh no, you just can't see the green around the tires very well. But yeah, now I probably should have filled those tires in with black. But yeah, oh well. So I just finished it into a pillow. I haven't stitched it up yet. This is a little green trim. This is Chelsea's checks. So I gotta sew the bottom. It's just stuffed with polyfill, fiber fill. I was gonna say something about this. Oh, I might add a little bit of trim around the border, but I don't know for sure. Okay, next. So kind of going out of order. I just have this giant pile right here that's not very well organized, but so this was a heart and hand piece called St. Patrick's Bird, I think. I stitched it last year, but I finally I dug it out of my box to fully finish it. Made it into a pillow, stuffed it with polyfill, fiber fill. There's the front, there's the back. These fabrics came from Stash from a while ago, but I know I got them at Joann's probably 5 or 6 years ago. So, I don't know the count of, it's probably like a 28 count linen. I don't know the colorway. It was just a while back on Stash Unload. I got like these grab bags of small cuts of kind of mystery 32 counts and 30 counts. So it's one of those. I have 2 more birds that I finished. Well, one of them was already a finish that I did last year, and then one of them I finally finished stitching this in January. This one's called Easter Bird by Heart and Hand. It's stitched on a Lori Holt Lugana. I can't remember the name. It's a 25 count, maybe buttermilk or something along those lines. And with pretty similar colors to the cover. Got the little button, finish it like a pillow. I really like this pink like check. I don't know what the collection it is in though, but I think it was perfect. It was like a fat quarter I had in my stash. This trim, I'm not sure where it came from either. It's just in my stash. So that's that bird. And then this spring bird I had as a whip for a long time. I started it last year and then I didn't finish it, so I decided to pull it out and finish it in January. So yeah, stitched with similar colors to the cover. Another pillow finish. This is called like cork, metallic cork or something. I don't know if it's something that releases that is available all the time, but I got it at Fat Quarter Shop. And then another little trim that was just in my stash. Okay, so I have a few Valentine's pillow finishes that are buried, so I'll show those in a minute. These are Heart and Hand, Hands-On Design that I had finished stitching last year, but last weekend did a lot of fully finishing, so I just decided to finish these up. This is Chockful series by Priscilla Blaine and Hands On Design. So I had the pillow and I have the jar. I think the called for jar was supposed to be blue, but I changed it to purple because I think I saw somebody on flosstube do that. And then I had the little buttons from what I just got when I got the pattern. So it's mostly the called for colors other than that purple. And stitched on 14 count chalkboard black Ada. So yeah, this is what the back of the pillow looks like. I feel like I don't really know what to talk about anymore. Okay, this one I really am happy with how it came out. So Fat Quarter Shop every year for the last like 3 or 4 years has done a charity stitch along. I can't remember the name of this one, but they just released the Heartfelt first pattern this last Friday. And so this is from 2 years ago. I didn't do last year's, but I had finished this one, and so it had been finished for a while, and I didn't know how to FFO it. But I finally found like the motivation to do it. It's stitched on, I think this is an 18 count, like bluish fabric. I used the called for Aura floss for the floss, and then this like wood cutout thing is actually this is what the front of it looks like from the Dollar Tree, and so I just painted it white, chalk painted it white, and then I obviously took this off the front and glued it to the back and added some picks and a bow, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it'll be a good piece to have up during spring. Yeah, so I thought that was fun. Oh, I'm running out of. Okay. This is another Stitching with the Housewives piece. I stitched, this was in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine for 2020, I believe. And it's the spring edition. I can't remember the name of it, but it's their pattern in there. The Stitching with the Housewives pattern. And this was kind of early on when I was like, oh, I need to stitch everything Housewives. I didn't do any other of these series, and I don't think I'm going to. Just because barns and chickens and stuff is not really super my style, but but it was stitched on a 28 count Jovelin black with the called for colors. This is Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. This frame came from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby. And so this will be another good one to be up for springtime. It'll go along with their tulip themed tidbits this month. Okay, next this is a big one, is I think it's just called Tulips. It's by Pedal Pusher. I started this as a Mania start in 2020. That's the only time I did Mania. And it's stitched with a called for floss. I can't remember the fabric. Sorry, my lighting isn't great today. But yeah, this is another good piece to have up for spring. This frame came from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby as well. So worked out pretty good. And I'm pretty happy with how it finished. It's pretty simple. I could probably go in and add some picks if I do find some good like springtime greenery or springtime piggy things, but I haven't done that yet. I've been trying to hone in my shopping lately because it was getting a little bit out of hand. Okay. Next, Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along that every month they are releasing like color change options for part of Lori Holt's what is it called? Flea market baskets. I'm supposed to be doing the stitch along for flea market baskets with them, but I haven't started that pattern yet, but I've done these barns because they're super cute. And these, so it's stitched on 10 count. It's with DMC on that is called for on the Fat Quarter Shop blog, Jolly Japper. This barn thing came from the Target dollar spot. And so I did finish it on magnets so that I could take it off and change it out. And then I just did this little bow with the covered button. And that fabric, I think, is a French general fabric that I just had in my stash, but I really liked how it was kind of fussy cut perfectly for that flower thing. So this is out right now on display for February. This, I know you've seen, if you've watched me, you've seen the finish of this before, February Trucking Along by the Housewives. But this is, I FFO'd it. I just didn't pull the frame off the wall that it's in. So this is the FFO of that. And so you can see the magnets and well, those are the washers. The magnets are on the frame so that I could change it out monthly. And I have this whole series done, but it's not all fully finished. I have, now I think I have like 4 more seasons or 4 more months to fully finish. So here's that one. Okay. I was a part of this, what do you call it, like club last year from Fat Quarter Shop that they shipped this series one a month for all 12 months. I have now finished this one, February, and the November one. It's called Snapshots. It's so like February Snapshots. It's by Pine Mountain Design. It was a kit from Fat Quarter Shop. They gave you the 10 count vintage cloth by Lori Holt along with like a DMC color conversion. And so I'm trying to get this kind of caught up this year, I guess, or stitched if I can. This frame came from Walmart. It's a simple 8x10 frame. It's not perfect. I did put interfacing on it because this the 10 count is really kind of flimsy. So when you finish stuff, it pulls real easy. And so I did put interfacing on it, but then I couldn't get it totally straight in the frame. But I'm not a perfectionist by any means, so I like it. It's still on display in my home. Okay, now we're getting into more of the Valentine stuff. This is a Heart and Hand series, Hands-On Design series called A Year in Chalk, and so there's one every month. I stitched February's, excuse me. It's on 14 count chalkboard black with, this is chalk, I think, or maybe it might just be the DMC, and then a pink. Each month is just the white and then one other color, usually like March is green, April is, I don't know. But and so I finished it on this. This is another Dollar Tree like taggy thingy that's out right now because of Valentine's Day. But so I just painted the back white, and then I kind of distressed it with a different color, darker chalk paint, and then put that little bow. And yeah, this is I really am happy with how I'm really happy with how the backing came out, because now I can switch it out and I like it enough. I'm kind of scared to take it off because the magnets are super strong, and if I take it off, sometimes the washers stick to the magnets instead of the backing. So I've had to use, instead of hot glue, I've had to use E6000 glue a lot more lately because I don't know if my hot glue is not as great or what. But all right, this was another Housewives release last year. Love Jar, I think. I stitched it on 16 count Earth by Bestitch Me. It's finished in one of those baskets from Hobby Lobby. There's that one. These have all been shown on my Instagram. So this came with one of their, I don't remember which one of their Tiered Tray Tidbits releases. It was like the addition, they don't call it a freebie, they call it a bonus chart or something. But yeah, it just February 14th, I finished it as a pillow. I probably need to go back and add some trim. I think I might do that today because it's a little bit plain. It needs a little bit more. And then this truck, Delivering Roses, also came out last year. I stitched it on 14 16 count Earth by Stitch Me with the call for colors. I was excited to find this like heart themed trim. I actually had it in my stash, so that worked out good. And then it's Chelsea's Checks as the fabric. This was super cute. I got this pattern from Needle Case Goodies on Etsy. It was a PDF download. I think the name is Heart Song Samplery. And then I stitched it with just floss from my stash. I think it's 1/2. It is or is it 2/2? I think it's 1/2. And I think it's on a 40 count. Not Another Sampler by Stitch Me, maybe. I need work on my circle finishes. As you can see, it is quite wonky, but I don't really care that much. I really like the finish, that it's finished and on display instead of just sitting in a drawer. So I'm going to run through these quickly. These were all the recent releases from Housewives last month. So they're Dapper Doodads and their Tier Tray Tidbits. The boards are all from Chantelis 141, or what is her name? 141 Design Company on Etsy. I painted, they came as unfinished wood. I painted them black with chalk paint black. And then they are all glued on there, so I'm probably just going to leave these as they are. And if I want to finish other ones like this, I'll just buy new ones because they're pretty cheap. They're only like $4 or so. So we'll see. I don't know. The next set I buy, I might just not hot glue them there. And all of the backing fabrics are the stitching with the Housewives. So I did get some of their stripes, and most of the fabric is that 27 count Linda, and all of it's like similar colors. So what their patterns call for. So this one I think is called Cookies and Coffee. This is You Hold Our Key to My Heart. Valentine Lane. Follow Your Heart. Be My Valentine. And a lot of these stitch up really quick, so I was able to start and finish them either within a day or within the next day. I think that's one they call Over the Moon. So yeah. And then last one is Lots of Love. So yeah, I just, for whatever reason, I was really feeling the Valentine stitching, and it was really fun it was satisfying to have starts and finishes within a day or two of each other. Yeah, so I'm gonna put all this stuff back just a minute. Then I can take it back downstairs and put it back up. So yeah, that is, I have one more big finish. Because I don't know why, but I really, really loved this pattern when they showed it. The Housewives showed it. Let's see. So I got the basket from Hobby Lobby because this is a series that they have several. This is the only one of them that I've finished. I had to re-glue my magnets today because they just kind of popped off after being on there for a while. But yeah, so this is the finish. It's called Roses Are Red. It's by the Housewives. I stitched it on 14 count chalkboard black with not the called for colors. My red and my pink are Victorian model, but they're very similar. I got all the picks on the top from either the Dollar Tree or Michael's. Michael's recently had a sale on their like rose picks. They were pretty cheap like originally $3.99, but they were 50% off or 75% off or something for like a pick of 3 roses. So it was a good deal. So yeah, I got a bunch of those. And then, but yeah, I am super excited about this, and I hope that they release like an Easter themed one. And they have the others. They have like a fall, and they had like a winter, they have a Christmas, they had a fall, and they had a Halloween. This is the only one I've finished. I did start the fall one, but I didn't finish it. So I love this pattern. I think this is probably my favorite of all of these finishes. Okay, so that is it for the finishes from January. I don't know if you kept track, but it was around 20. So I felt it was a very productive month for me, but they're all small. So yeah. Okay, and then I will go over a few whips that I have just because I can. Why not? So I want to get back onto doing the magazine monthly challenge group and stitching at least one magazine piece a month that kind of goes along with their theme. And so this month, the theme is food. Sorry, I'm trying to find the pattern so I can show you the cover sheet. The theme is food. I didn't do the acrostic because my brain couldn't handle that. So, and this isn't entirely food related, but it did come from the Just Cross Stitch magazine. I think it's the most recent issue. It's called The Heart is Like a Garden, and so it ties to food because garden, right? I'm stitching it on, this is a 25 count, what is this? I can't remember who it's by. I think it's a Lori Holt one, but here's what the pattern looks like. Sorry for the terrible lighting. It says, a heart is like a garden. It grows with love and time. And so I just pulled floss from my stash. The colors are similar. They're kind of a mess. I haven't put them on a ring yet because I'm converting from bobbins to these Lori Holt floss drops, which I really like. I really, really like them. The like plastickiness is it's good thickness. You can write on it pretty easily with an IdentiPen. And yeah, I don't know. I really like them more so than the paper floss drops that I've made. But here's my tiny little bit of progress. Because I only did like one night of stitching on it. But I'm hoping to finish it this month because it's mostly words. It really shouldn't take that long. It is a lot of color changes though. But I have the perfect little like shutter finishing piece, so that's why I'm motivated to finish that. Or, work on it, finish it this month. Okay, next I will show you Fall on the Farm. I'm doing this stitch along with Little House Needleworks. So I'm doing it as one big piece. This is this month's release. I got the kit from Fat Quarter Shop. Well, it was essentially the floss, and then you get the auto ship of these ones when they're released. I did finish the first month, so that was month 2. I'm stitching it as one big piece, if I didn't already say that, on the called for fabric, which is 30 count Portobello linen. Yeah, 30 count Portobello. So here it is. This is the first month, and that's as far as I got on that month 2. But I'm really, really hoping to keep up with this pattern, with this stitch along. That one shouldn't take too long. I just have to sit down and do it. And kind of what's taking up a lot of my time this month so far is I'm doing the winter cross stitch camp that's hosted by Colorado Cross Stitcher. She's on YouTube and on Instagram. Sorry, my brain. And so the kind of theme was to stitch a monochromatic piece and start and finish it in February. For whatever reason, I wanted to challenge myself, and I chose a giant piece. It's by Long Dog Samplers, and she just released it this month recently, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, that's the one I want to do, and it kind of challenged myself to see if I can start and finish a big piece like this in 1 month. So the stitch count is 221 by 169. It's called Happy Ever After. And I don't know, something about it I really liked. It's about 15,000 stitches, so in order to finish it by the end of the month, I have to do 500 stitches a day, which isn't too bad. It takes me maybe like 2 hours to do the 500 stitches. I don't know, I haven't actually timed myself, but so this is my progress so far. This is doing 500 to 1,000 stitches a day. It's 25% complete. So it doesn't look like 25% complete because, but really it is. I mean, most of it is like words in here. This is the end. So this is as far over as it'll go. I'm stitching it with DMC Blanc, and this fabric is a 16 count Be Stitch Me Ada that didn't have a name. I'm sure I got it in like a Friday Night Fight night a while back. But yeah, so I haven't done my 500 stitches today, so I'll post a progress picture on Instagram probably today after I stitch on it. But those 3 that I just showed you are kind of like my focus, except for when I get distracted by a housewife piece. They're recent release. I am wanting to start the Heartfelt stitch along. I need to start on flea market baskets. So yeah. Sorry. Okay. I'll show you a little bit of haul. But like I said, it's not a ton because I've been trying to cut back, and I did like put some stuff away. So, and it's not all stitch related. Some of it's quilting. I have not done hardly any quilting. I finished back in November. I finished a quilt top, but I haven't done any. The most sewing I've done is those little pillows. I haven't done any quilting since then, and I'm really feeling the itch to go through everything that I had kitted up as far as quilts go and see, like, in reality, am I ever going to want to quilt this? And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the patterns that I bought that I don't necessarily think I'll quilt or piece. Probably could try to sell them, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm trying to be more intentional about what I spend money on because it's a little bit crazy. And I feel kind of guilty about what all I spend money on. And anyways, I don't want to go there right now. Okay, so this is haul that came in the last like 2 weeks or so. But I placed an order with Black Quarter Shop because there was a new like Moda release. Sweetwater. It's called Flirt by Sweetwater Fabrics by Moda. But they're all like Valentine's themed fabrics because I was really like obsessed with Valentine's Day this month. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't really have any special meaning to me, but I'm hoping next year to get my act together and maybe make some project bags with this to sell. Because I'd like to get back into that once I'm not working so much, and hoping to have a little bit of extra time, even though I am in school. I would like to make and sell more project bags and try to promote that a little better. I was pretty terrible at that initially. I got these 2 Jim Shore kits from Fat Quarter Shop just because they were cute, and I haven't ever done a like Mill Hill type project, and I wanted to try it, and I thought they were cute. So those are those. Another thing I talked to my husband about was maybe quilting for hire instead of working full time, which is kind of ridiculous because why would I go back to school for a different degree to then stay home and quilt? But it wouldn't. So, I think my ideal like life goal would be to use crafting as like a way to help people with mental health issues. And part of me thinks that that's like new and different, but I don't really, it's not new and different. I'm sure there's people out there that do that. The problem is I don't know what the reality of being able to do that is. But in a perfect world, I would work part-time and I would craft part-time. Crafting meaning sewing, and sewing for like hire. So all that to say, I got this quilting for hire book to read and maybe, use it. Fat Quarter Shop had a flash sale for this pattern, so I got it. Preschooler trick or treat. I thought it was super cute. I don't know what called to me about it, but it's actually really quite adorable. So maybe I'll stitch that next year. Couple patterns that I got are this is a new release by Hands On Design. I'm not really going to do a whole lot of what am I saying? A whole lot of St. Patrick's Day, I don't think. So I'm probably not going to stitch this year, but I just thought it was cute. And the saying is nice, and it says, "It is in the shelter of each other that people live," which that's really like true, sentimental. I don't know. And I just liked it. Okay, I liked it. The Hands On Design. Let's talk quilting. Yeah. So I have all of the patterns in the series. I haven't stitched any of them. And then these are the 3 next charts from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. She is doing a whole like Christmas house themed. So it's 9 patterns. 6 have come out so far. And I have all 6. This pinwheel house is my favorite. I love that roof. It just looks so fun. And I'm not going to stitch them all together. I'm going to stitch them individually as pillows. And then what's this one called? Tea House. I don't know how that ties into Christmas, but whatever. I like tea. So yeah. Oh, and then I got the Fabric of the Month, Floss and Fabric of the Month from Be Stitch Me. This for January. Yeah, I think it's for January. So the floss are these really pretty purples. Yeah, so her silk, and then coconut shell is the fabric. It's like a good modeled. I get the 32 count Lugana. It's a good like modeled kind of light brown. This is the last of this kind of series I'm getting. So I was part of 3 Owl Threads. What's it called? Nest Egg, and I got 10 skeins of Gentle Arts. But I canceled it. I'm not going to get these anymore. So this was the last month. So toffee, tomato, dragonfly, driftwood, storm clouds, and actually I have a lot of these colors. Country redwood. So I'm not daffodil. I'm not really sad about canceling it. Copper. I have a lot of floss. Let's be honest. Cucumber and dried thyme. So those are that, and then I am in the Fat Quarter Shop. I'm in the Floss Frenzy Club, which is the Weeks Dye Works, and also the Classic Colorworks one, and also the MPI one. I'm going to cancel all 3 of those probably after this month, because not working, not going to be, I don't need to get that much floss. I spend that much money. But this month was blues, so Morris blue, and I think this was for January. Floss Frenzy, does it say? Yeah, January Club. Blue Heron, Union Blue, ooh, Americana, that's pretty blue. Pretty blue. Blue Bonnet, and Blue Coat. Blue Coat Blue. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be toning it down on the haul here a bit more. So, that's actually it, and we're only at 38 minutes. I thought this was going to be longer, and I'm sure I could have elaborated on something. So really, if you have questions, please ask me. I would love it if you leave a comment or follow me on Instagram. I'm like so close to 1,000 subscribers on Instagram. Not that it matters. Like numbers, I really don't care about at all. But I think it just would be kind of fun to say, hey, I have 1,000 followers on Instagram. Not that I ever talk about my Instagram account in my real life. I'm rambling. Thank you for those of you who, have been kind of loyal subscribers and watchers and likers of my pictures on Instagram. I really do appreciate that. And I don't know when I'm going to film next, hopefully sooner rather than later, just to try to make it more of a habit. But yeah, life is going to be busy until I stop working in March. So, and I can't wait. I'm probably going to start a countdown actually here soon, which is ridiculous, but I really like my job, but I'm done. I'm at that point in a PCS are in a like duty station cycle where, PCS, movement, we're going to be moving in the summer. And so I just kind of want to get it over and done with and on to the next place. And I really actually like moving. I don't want to say I like moving, but I don't mind moving every couple of years because I get to experience new things, new places, new people, new cultures, essentially. I mean, like, we moved from Colorado to Georgia, and the people are different, and it's not a bad thing. And it's just, I don't know, the experience has been good. I'm not sad about moving. I just am at a weird spot in the process where it's kind of like I feel like I can't meet new people. What's the point in making new friends locally? Because we're going to move in a couple months. And so I'm just rambling now. Thank you for tuning in. If you've stayed this long, bless you. And I will be back at some point. And hopefully you liked what you saw. If you did, I would love it. If you liked the video, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, happy stitching.